We all know the face of Nikola Tesla, inventor and contemporary genius. But beyond his incredible inventions and contributions to science, Tesla had a peculiarity that has always intrigued many. He decided to never have a physical relationship with anyone. And he did not do it on a whim, nor to concentrate completely on his profession, or at least not completely. Why then would someone so brilliant choose voluntary celibacy? What is the secret behind all this? If you are interested in knowing the answers to these questions, then you should stay until the end of this video, where we will explore how Tesla believed that conserving his sexual energy allowed him to focus all his mental power on his innovations and discoveries. Get ready to discover a little-known side of Tesla and understand how voluntary celibacy can influence our energy, productivity, and well-being. This idea of celibacy has been matured and studied by many people throughout history, and believe it or not, one of its main exponents was the inventor Nikola Tesla. He believed that by abstaining from sexual activity, he could conserve and redirect his energy toward his scientific research and discoveries. The inventor had this belief since he studied in-depth roots in esoteric traditions, such as brahmacharya in Hindu philosophy. That promotes control of the senses and sexual energy as a means to achieve higher goals. From a more modern perspective, some argue that celibacy can free up mental and emotional energy that would otherwise be spent on intimate relationships, allowing for greater concentration and mental clarity. Theory tells us that by maintaining this discipline, it is believed that a more focused and creative state of mind can be achieved, where ideas can flow more freely and intellectual abilities can be sharper. But don't think that Tesla was the only person who was guided by this topic. In fact, if we continue investigating, we find that other personalities such as Leonardo da Vinci and Isaac Newton also flirted with these practices. Da Vinci, known for his genius in multiple disciplines such as painting, anatomy, and engineering, was famous for his self-imposed celibacy. This decision allowed him to dedicate most of his mental and physical energy to his studies and experiments, instead of dispersing it in personal relationships. Isaac Newton, one of the most influential scientists of all time, also led a celibate and solitary life. His obsessive focus on physics and mathematics was aided by his choice to abstain from romantic relationships, which allowed him to delve deeply into his research on gravity, optics, and calculus. These examples are just a small sample of what celibacy can do for us. In the context of Tesla, this was a practice intended to conserve and channel that energy toward the pursuit of scientific knowledge and innovative discoveries. For many, sexual energy is a powerful and basic force in human life, but Tesla saw it as more than just physical. He believed in the ability of this energy to uplift the spirit and empower the mind, possibly because he understood that sexuality and creativity are intrinsically linked in the human experience. By abstaining from the physical and emotional distractions related to sexual activity, Tesla may have felt that he could focus more intensely on his research and scientific projects, making the most of his creative and mental potential. From this perspective, celibacy for Tesla was not a restriction, but a deliberate choice to enhance his ability to create and discover in the scientific field. This interpretation is unique and reflects how different individuals throughout history have explored and conceptualized the relationship between life energy, creativity, and the pursuit of knowledge. Now you may wonder, if this knowledge is so beneficial, why is it so unknown? To know the answer to this question, we must delve into quite deep topics such as Freemasonry. Freemasonry, the Rosicrucians, and other secret societies have historically been associated with the pursuit of esoteric and spiritual knowledge through practices that include the retention and transmutation of energy. Dating back centuries, these Hermetic traditions value energy as a fundamental life force that can be channeled to achieve higher states of consciousness and understanding. In many esoteric systems, the retention of energy, especially sexual energy, is considered crucial for spiritual development, just as Tesla said. And by abstaining or controlling sexual energies, an internal force is conserved and enhanced that can be directed towards personal and spiritual growth. For groups like these, the underlying idea is that sexual energy is a powerful form of life energy that can be directed towards spiritual growth and improved overall well-being. In Rosicrucian traditions in particular, semen retention is considered to be part of an internal alchemical process where sexual energy is transmuted into a higher creative and spiritual power. By abstaining from ejaculation, you conserve this energy and prevent its dissipation, allowing it to be used more effectively for spiritual and mental development. On the other hand, in Tantra practices, semen retention is part of a holistic approach that seeks to integrate and balance all the energies of the body. It is taught that sexual energy, known as Kundalini, can be raised through specific yoga and meditation practices, which can lead to experiences of spiritual expansion and deeper connection with the inner self. Although these practices may seem esoteric or mysterious to some, many of their principles focus on self-knowledge, energy balance, and spiritual development. It is suggested that semen retention can not only improve physical vitality, such as prostate health, but also mental clarity and concentration. As we know, these types of societies are very hermetic with their knowledge, and therefore this type of wisdom had remained hidden for a long time, to the point that today few people remain unaware. However, this does not mean that his wisdom is less powerful. On the contrary, it was hidden with the intention that it would not fall into the wrong hands. But that has not prevented, outside the spiritual realm, many studies from also focusing on this practice. And they have concluded that abstinence can have positive effects on prostate health. It has been theorized that frequent semen release could be linked to an increased risk of prostate problems, although direct and conclusive scientific evidence is limited and controversial. Mentally, many practitioners and philosophers have suggested that retaining sexual energy can increase concentration and mental clarity. By preventing the dispersion of energy through ejaculation, it is believed that one can experience elevated levels of energy and vitality, as well as a feeling of greater emotional and mental balance. This aligns with broader concepts of control of life energy, as found in practices such as yoga and tantra, where this energy is sought to be directed and transmuted for spiritual growth and improved overall well-being. When we investigate the reasons behind this theory, we find Hermetic Philosophy, which offers a fascinating perspective on the connection between the macrocosm, that is, the universe, and the microcosm, represented by the human being. One of its fundamental principles is, as above, so below. This principle suggests that celestial and cosmic events have a direct reflection on our internal and external lives. In the same way, we can interpret this principle as it is outside, so inside, as happens with semen retention. The more energy we keep within us, the more energy we will have to take advantage of on a daily basis. The universe is a great mirror that reflects what happens inside us. According to Hermetic philosophy, the movements of the planets and stars not only influence physical events, but also have an impact on our emotions, thoughts, and spiritual life. This principle has been adopted and adapted by various esoteric traditions, including Masonic astrology. In Masonic astrology, it is believed that the stars can offer a map to understand and predict both internal and external changes. For example, a particular planetary alignment could coincide with a period of introspection and personal growth, while another might point to times of challenges and opportunities in everyday life. This holistic approach seeks a complete integration of our existence, recognizing that we are not separate from the cosmos, but are an integral part of it. And we, as small universes, comply with the same principle. Our spiritual and physical being are not divided. They are part of a larger whole. If we work on our emotions, thoughts, and energies, we can better align with cosmic movements and flow more harmoniously with the universe, which encourages us to take responsibility for our well-being and understand that we have the power to influence our lives through self-knowledge and self-transformation. Think of the idea of abstinence as an energetic tool, as a focus that channels all that energy so that we can use it as we see fit. It is an invitation to live more consciously, knowing that every thought and action has an impact, not only on our lives, but on the very fabric of the cosmos. Take this path then, and embrace the results with passion. Nothing will be the same after you try. What do you think about this topic? Have you heard of semen retention? We read you in comments. If you made it this far, I want to thank you for watching the video. If you like this type of content, don't hesitate to support the channel with your like and subscription. I also invite you to take a look at our other videos. I'm sure that more than one will be to your liking. Thank you very much for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.